Hi, angel babies. This is Allie with the CL, and I can't tell you how grateful I am to be spending this time with you. I am actually recording this the evening of my 34th birthday. So, this is like a little birthday present to me because I love doing this almost more than anything in the world, connecting with spirit and being able to bring you messages from the divine, from lost loved ones, from your higher self. And this reading today is particularly close to my heart. It came to me today as I was driving home from spending time with my family, and Spirit really laid on my heart that this was an important reading and one that needed to be done. So this is messages your lost loved ones need you to know right now. If you have been feeling lost or confused or needing clarity or guidance, these are the messages that lost loved ones want to bring forward for you and help you on your path ahead. So we're going to use the seed and sickle oracle deck to get three different energies, three different groups for you to be able to pick from for this reading. Please and thank you, Spirit. These are the first two. Thank you, Spirit. I'll do, actually, this one. Okay. So for group number 1, we have Oleander number 32. For group number 2, we have Mushroom number 31. And for group number 3, we have Datura in number 52. For those of you that like to pick with crystals, please give me one moment and I will add those. For those of you who like to pick with crystals, please give me a moment and I will add those for you now. So for pile 1, we have this sunstone. Hopefully you can see it. For pile 2, we have this beautiful piece of hiddenite. It's one of the first stones I bought myself and one of my most favorite, most cherished. And then for group 3, we have this crescent-shaped celestite, maybe? I've got to figure out what this stone is, but it's also one of my favorites. So take a deep breath, close your eyes, breathe in for about 5 seconds, hold that breath for about 3 seconds, and then exhale through your mouth for 5 to 6 seconds. Help ground yourself and connect to this energy. Open yourself up to the messages that lost loved ones want to relay to you right now, have been trying to relay to you. And use your intuition to pick which group is calling to you the most, which are you most drawn to, and likely there is messages for you in that group. Now, I am hearing that you can pick more than one group in this particular reading. So for some of you out there, you will have messages in more than one group, but that's not for everyone. So only go to what you're truly drawn to, what your gut is telling you have a message for in that group. So without further ado, I am going to go ahead and start with group number 1. You can find the timestamps for the groups in the description box below, and I look forward to seeing you in your reading. Hello, group 1. I am so grateful to connect with you and bring you these messages from lost loved ones. So right away, for someone out there, there is a name Martha and George that came to me in my meditation, and I wasn't sure which group it would pertain to at the time, but they immediately came through and said that it is for this group, Oleander. So you may have a Martha or a George that is a lost loved one wanting to come through. If so, they're very persistent. And the Oleander card talks a bit about being careful in different ways. Being careful with your motives, being careful with your thoughts. It specifically tells a story of a servant who I believe wanted to be more well liked or more well thought of by her employer. And so she poisoned the members of the family, thinking she was going to nurse them back to health, and then they would think more highly of her. And ultimately what happened is she poisoned and murdered them all. So it did not go the way she planned. It actually turned out horrible. Now, I'm not sure why this specific story is coming through for you, but it does speak of looking at your motives and just making sure that, are you on the right path for you? Are you on the right path? I feel like there may be some, I'm just going to be honest, I feel like there may be some questioning there. For some of you, there's something about motives that is really... Okay, so we have 4 of Pentacles, 2 of Swords, 3 of Wands. They're all reversed so far. And then we have the Hanged Man at the bottom. I'm hearing you're almost stopping yourself before you even get to begin. And there's an enormous energy of self-sabotage here. That might be why they're asking you to really study what it is that you're wanting to go after, what you're wanting to do, to really look at it, to take a deep dive into your motives, into the why you want to do this. There's a sense of you feeling as though you can't make a decision. You're having a lot of difficulty making a decision about something, and you may be hearing a lot of different opinions from different people. And there's also, I'm getting a message that they're asking you to be more discerning with who you share your ideas and your thoughts with. Not everyone, unfortunately, not everyone in this world has your best interest for your highest good at heart. And if other people have ulterior motives, specifically pertaining to you and how you live your life and what you do, you may not be getting the best information for you. They may be telling you what they want to see you do, not what you should do. So there's a real sense of keeping your plans, your ideas, and your thoughts more to yourself. I wouldn't be sharing it with just anyone. In fact, I would probably take a deep look at who I'm sharing information with. But overall, this inability to make a decision on which way to go is really halting you. It's stopping you from being able to have any forward movement whatsoever. I feel as though there is an important decision to be made, and this may have to do with how you make money in the world. So it could be very career-driven, career-oriented decision. I also get the feeling that whatever decision you make and the one that you're leaning towards is probably something that you feel a lot more fiery and passionate about than the safe bet. And your lost loved ones and spirit are coming through, telling you, they're coming through and telling you that it may be a better idea to look at the safe bet. They're not in any way trying to extinguish your fire. And I'm also hearing that if hearing that felt very triggering to you, that maybe you still need to go within and find out what your higher self is leading you to, and what you actually need to be doing for your highest good. They're also saying you don't even need to be listening to us necessarily. You don't need to be listening to any more tarot card readings or things of that nature if you've been searching and searching for someone to tell you what you feel like you need to hear. The only person that can and should be making this kind of decision for you is you. And so maybe that's why they were coming through so strongly. I mean, they were coming through so strongly saying go with the safe bet, go with the safe bet. And that wasn't really what I was feeling. So that very well could be the back and forth energy in your mind that you're struggling with right now, group one. And the only person who can answer that question for you is you. When you meditate, when you connect with your higher self, when you really take a deep dive into this, you are the one that needs to decide, no one else. So let's get some more messages here for you. Spirit, can you please give us more messages for group one? Lost loved ones of group one. What messages do they need to hear right now from you? Thank you, Spirit. What messages do you have for group one? Lost loved ones of group one. I almost feel this hesitancy. Thank you, Spirit. So 5 of Pentacles and Princess of Swords. There's a lot of transformational energy surrounding your reading. And it started out here with the white snake on this oleander card. We have more snake energy in this Princess of Swords. And something that's critical in your path ahead is conquering these thoughts in your mind and the inability to trust yourself fully. This inability is what's holding you back from so much in your life. It is really making things harder for you than they have to be, is what I'm hearing. There's a very strong female or feminine energy coming through. So this is a lost loved one. I feel as though this was a friend or an aunt, someone who was close like family. And I feel like you think of this person often and ask yourself, how would they handle this situation? Whatever that situation looks like that you might be in. And they're wanting to let you know that every time they ran into a situation where they had difficulty making a decision, they always looked at the path that would offer them the most transformation, the path that would lead them closer to themselves. And that is how you really go within and figure out which decision to make, what to do, which path is going to bring you closer to yourself, is going to fulfill you more, fill your cup up. And that is the decision. That is what to go after. If you try to listen to others, other people who may be conservative minded or hard-headed, and I say that in relation to how they feel you should be living your life or what path they feel you should be taking, that it will end up in pain and disappointment and failure every time. There's also a saying coming to mind that if you put your happiness in somebody else's hands, they will drop it every time. So it has to be cultivated from you. It has to be true to you. I'm getting the name Martha again. I want to get some more messages here for you. So, thank you, Spirit. What else can you tell us for group 1? Please and thank you. They're also saying that you don't have to make this decision as hastily as you might feel like you do. That you have more time. You have more time than you feel that you do. Look at that. We have 5 of Cups again, but this time it's reversed. Judgment. So I really feel like this path that you have been looking at for a while may be spiritual in nature. It may be creative or artistic. And it actually feels like once you get into it and you decide to make this transformation in your life, it actually feels quite balanced. Um, I think like anything, when you start something new, you're going to have some hiccups and some bumps in the road while you're figuring everything out. But it actually feels quite balanced to me. I think you'll realize pretty quickly that by taking this advice from Spirit and your lost loved ones, that you will make the right decision, the best decision for you, and you're going to think to yourself, you're going to think to yourself that you should have made this decision all along. But you can't know that until you know it. And anytime you start a new journey, it's a little scary. Sometimes more than a little scary, especially if we're talking about our finances. But I don't think it'll take much time at all for you to see that you made the right decision, that you're on the right path. Look out for synchronicities, which I think you've been seeing anyway. Lots of threes, repeating threes, I'm getting. And not to be too hard on yourself, because we're all just doing this life thing the best that we can. And you're much more in tune with the universe. You're much more intelligent than I think you are willing to give yourself credit for. And that is something, this trust in yourself, this trust that you can make the right decisions, that you have what it takes, that is a vital piece of the puzzle that is missing for you, and what they want you to work on cultivating the most right now. When it comes to knowledge and intellectual ability, you have that in spades. But this trust and belief in yourself, which is really hard to do, that is what's missing for you. That is what they want to help you achieve. So let's get some oracle messages for you. Lost loved ones of group 1, please and thank you. What other words of advice and encouragement do you have for group 1? Please and thank you. Snake medicine may be something significant to you on your path, and I'm also getting this energy, cultivate faith, thank you. I'm also getting this energy of you may have heavy Scorpio placements, and Scorpio is all about transformation. But I also feel like there's something else about you that is still really rebelling against change, really uncomfortable with change. That might be the better word. Very uncomfortable with change. And the only way to really work with that is the only way to really work with improving that relationship that you have with change is to cultivate faith in the universe, that everything is always working out in divine timing for our highest good, and surrendering to the universe. Now, I get what I'm saying, even though I'm channeling. I get what I'm saying is much easier said than done. And then they want this one too. Okay, thank you, Spirit. So first we have cultivate faith. And it says to have great faith is to have great power, because your intent, your will is undivided. When your word isn't dissipated by doubt, the power of your word becomes even stronger. So working on not doubting yourself and your gifts and your path. We also have speak openly and honestly. When you speak openly and honestly, you won't have to make assumptions. The day you stop making assumptions, you will communicate cleanly and clearly and achieve impeccability with your word. So again, more energy about your motivation here, and also being mindful of who you share your words with. You are very open and honest, and I feel like, and I mean this in the nicest way, you may be a bit naive to other people's intentions. I feel like you have a pretty pure heart, and because of that, you might be a little too open with people who aren't deserving of that openness and rawness and authenticity of you, if that makes sense. So they're just, again, really asking you to be discerning and be mindful about when and who and what you share, especially when it pertains to this decision that you've been trying to make. Then we have manifest your true intentions. Regardless of what language you speak, your intent will manifest through the word. What you dream, what you feel, and what you really are will all be manifested through the word. I do feel like there is something regarding spirituality that speaking it out to others, speaking it out loud, there's something about you speaking. So it may be a good idea to work on your throat chakra or work with crystals if you do that, to help unblock your throat chakra. Because on one hand, I get this energy that you lack so much faith in yourself that you're trying to gather opinions from all these other people who you believe know better than you, which I'm hearing is not necessarily the case. But also that you have this profound message to share with people. And right now, while you're looking for advice, it may be hampering your ability to get that word out. Because I don't think you're getting the right advice from certain people right now. And then we also have express your own divinity. And look, she's meditating on top of a lotus flower right here. Express your own divinity. Go within, going inwards, connecting with your higher self, healing your throat chakra. And I feel like it would really benefit you to work with your lower chakras as well as you try to develop this trust within yourself and with spirit. You don't need the acceptance of others. You don't need knowledge or great philosophical concepts. You have the right to be you, and you express your own divinity by being alive and by loving yourself and others. Wow. This is the entire message for you, Group 1. You have the right to be you, and you express your own divinity by being alive and by loving yourself and others. I'm hearing there's nothing else in this life that you really have to do except to learn to love yourself and trust yourself. And when you do that, that ripples outwards to others. You have a beautiful, pure heart. I think you get lost in the weeds of life sometimes. And once you start really cultivating this relationship with yourself that's been lacking, working on this idea of trusting yourself, the world is going to really open up for you and change. It's going to grow in so many ways, bountiful, abundant ways. So I'd like to get one more message for you, Group 1. One more message. And I like this deck because most of the time the cards kind of feel like a little hug. So lost loved ones, please and thank you of Group 1. What final message do you have for them? I actually feel like I could end the reading on the Express Your Own Divinity card, but I'd like to get one more message for you at least. One more message for Group 1. Please and thank you, Spirit. Spontaneity. It says, do you like spontaneous adventures of the highest caliber? The only acceptable answer to this question is yes. You're about to take a wild ride through the unexplored, unconventional, and underrated. You're about to learn that yes is a magic word with the power to unlock new dimensions in space, time, and after-hours hangouts. Yes will lead you to experiences you didn't think possible and teach you that lifelong friendships are sometimes lurking just behind a karaoke singer's mullet. So they're bringing me back around to the beginning of your reading when I was being bombarded with them saying, take the safe bet, take the safe bet. I mean, it was intense and it surprised me because I kept hearing it, but that's not what I was feeling inside. I feel like that is the energy that whoever you're looking for advice from, they're telling you to take the safe bet because that feels safer for them. But that is not the path for you. And when you go in within and really check on this, check the pulse of this, you're going to see that too. That your soul is leading you to this fiery, exuberant, passionate new time in your life, new journey where the world is going to open up for you and you're going to have so many new experiences and meet new people. And I feel like you're not even going to recognize who you are in the next 3 years, that you're going to have grown so exponentially that it'll be hard to recognize yourself in the best possible way. But all of this starts by cultivating faith in yourself and in spirit. It all starts within you. The magic is within you. So those are your messages, Group 1. Thank you so much for spending this time for me. And thank you for letting me connect with you, connect with your energy, your lost loved ones, your spirit team. Thank you to mine. If this reading resonated with you, please like, share, subscribe, or leave a comment down below. These are totally free ways for you to help me in the algorithm so I can keep doing what I'm most passionate about, which is bringing you messages from spirit. I am very excited for your new journey, Group 1. I'm very grateful to have spent this time with you, and I hope you take excellent care of yourself, okay? So I hope to see you again soon. Take care. Hi, Group 2. This is for those of you that picked the mushroom card, number 31, as well as this beautiful piece of Hiddenite, which I believe was mined in North Carolina. And the first message that I'm getting here for you is you might be burning the candle at both ends right now. doing a whole lot of work behind the scenes and not getting very much credit for what you're doing. And your lost loved ones are asking for you to slow down and tend to yourself so you don't get burnt out, is the first message coming through here for you. We also have Crow Spirit, co-create with Spirit. We have honor yourself, love and nurture your body, let your life be transformed, and ask for what you want. Treating yourself like royalty is imperative right now to you, Group 2. Your higher self is actually coming through right now and saying you desperately have to start making caring for yourself one of your priorities, one of your top priorities, one of the biggest. Because you're in a real metamorphosis period of your life right now, a very deeply impactful transitional period of your life. It's changing the course of your life forever, for the better. And I feel as though you can sense this energy, you're excited about this energy, and so you're putting all your effort and all of your energy into all these different plates that you have spinning right now. And you're not even thinking about yourself. I mean, I think it pops up on your radar like, hey, I'm getting tired. Hey, I'm feeling really run down. Hey, I really need some rest. But you keep powering through anyway. And Spirit's saying that you can only drive a car so long before it runs out of gas. And then you're stranded on the side of the highway. They're saying don't overestimate your body or your mind or your soul, that it is imperative, again, they're bringing through that word, imperative, that you start taking care of yourself, taking care of your body, your mind, your soul, your spirit, refilling that gas tank, and asking for time to do that. I feel like you are spinning a lot of plates in your life. You may be a parent. You may be working a couple different jobs while also trying to get your passion project off the ground. And I do believe that for the most part, you are co-creating openly and willingly co-creating with Spirit to create this very majestic and magical life that you are imagining. But they're saying that you cannot get there in the way that you want to, in the time frame that you want to, if you don't start taking care of yourself. You've got to carve some time out for your personal care, your self-care, because you are doing so many things and you're putting 100% into everything that you're doing, and you're not refilling the gas tank. So there's a very serious energy here. I say serious in that they just are really trying to stress to you how important it is for you to not get burnt out, for you to fill your cup back up. And if that looks like asking for someone to watch your kids for 2 hours, one time a month, I mean, that seems like no time at all to yourself. But if that's all you can carve out, then you've got to make that a priority. And I'm hearing more than that. You've got to do more than that. But if that's all you can do right now, make it a priority and get that scheduled, because your body, your soul, your spirit needs this time to refuel. So we have strength in reverse, the Hierophant in reverse, the Devil in reverse, Queen of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, we have Seven of Pentacles, Six of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, Queen of Wands. I don't know if I can get all the cards on here where you can see them. Knight of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, and the Hierophant reversed again. Fascinating. I find it very fascinating that with two different decks you received the Hierophant, each in the reverse position. And that's really standing out to me. This energy of being a nonconformist and kind of doing things your own way, going against the grain, and really being your own teacher, as well as a teacher and a mentor and a guide for others, but in a very you way, like your special sauce or something, in a way that nobody else can do it. And you're doing this, you're building this and creating this in unity with spirit. I'm hearing what a miraculous thing you're doing. All of these different things that you're tackling, and you're growing and you're changing, and you're doing it all with such grace, and you're just doing all the things except nurturing and taking care of yourself. And it's hard to do that. It's hard to do that, especially if and when we've got little people who are relying on us, we have family who needs us, we have, whatever it might be. And I get that you enjoy feeling needed, that it's a good feeling for you. And I also feel like you don't think that you really need to spend that much time or care on yourself. But I think you've kind of convinced yourself of that because you are so motivated to work hard and make this happen, make this manifestation happen. And you can feel it. You can feel the energy. You can feel the transformation that's going on in your life. And that excites you. I feel like that's also helped release you from some things that might have been kind of toxic for you. Like maybe you even quit smoking, or maybe that's something you've been thinking about doing. And that's just an example, or maybe you're cutting out sugar. Maybe these are things that you could start doing. You could start small to help your body feel better, to give you more energy to accomplish all these big things that you are working on. But there's really a call for balance here, balancing the energy of excitement and manifestation and forward movement with knowing when it's time to rest and recharge your batteries. Your lost loved ones are really coming through to say that is kind of the thorn in your side right now, the peg in the wheel that is really holding you back from fully growing into your highest form, into this butterfly that you are in the process of becoming, and you're working so hard at becoming the best and the best butterfly you can be. And so unique as well. You offer something so special and so unique just to you. But your body is getting tired. I mean, this is the same message over and over again. Allow yourself to grow at the pace you're supposed to grow, and take time out to smell the flowers, for lack of a better phrase, is what they're giving me. Making time for yourself is so incredibly important. You really are going after your dreams, your passion. I think you can feel the energy. You can see that you've created this spark. You know you're creating, you're co-creating with spirit. You have so many cool things going on. But you really need this bug in your ear. I'm hearing like a little birdie to tell you to go take a nap, or go watch some Netflix, or read a book, or take a bath, or get your nails done, or go for a run, or go sit in nature. But you've got to do something. You've got to do something to nurture yourself and refill your tank, because a car can only go so far before the gas runs out, and then it's just sitting there and it can't go anywhere until you refill it. It seems like such a simple metaphor that they're using. I mean, it's kind of opening my eyes for myself, the importance of taking care of ourselves and recharging our batteries. So I'm going to get one more card for you. I like to use this Affirmators deck because it kind of feels like a warm hug. And I think I might be missing something. I just felt a tap on my right shoulder. So I'll check in with that energy in a moment. Thank you. Lost loved ones of group 2. Do you have any other messages for them? Thank you. Confidence. Yes, having confidence in yourself. Having confidence that you're doing it, that you're making it, that you are this unique and individualistic, authentic, creative, magical, all the words, that you are this up and coming leader, I'm hearing. That you're doing so much good in the world. And in turn, this is going to be really good for yourself, but to take care of yourself along the way on this transformational journey. Have confidence that the universe really does want you to slow down and take a break, even every once in a while. Nurturing yourself. The Queen of Pentacles really talks about that, about nurturing yourself, taking care of yourself, doing the things to refill your energy. I feel as though you may have had a male figure in your life who was an incredible teacher for you. They were a mentor. They taught you a lot about life and living, and they were so grateful that they had the opportunity to be that for you and do that for you in their lifetime. What a precious and bright light you are and were to them and still are. That they looked at you as like this rare golden goose or something, which is really interesting. And they want you to know that there's something significant about birds and this person. They were either a lover of birds, or maybe when you see birds, you might think of them, and they want you to know that that is them coming through to let you know that they're with you, that they see you, that they are still rooting for you and helping you the best that they can, helping guide you from the other side. So really connecting. Birds are also indicative of spirit to me. And so really connecting with yourself, going within, doing those meditational practices or rituals where you're able to connect with yourself better. And that really does go hand in hand with self-care as well. Taking the time to connect to your higher self and spirit. And in doing that, I think you're going to find you have a lot more energy. You have a lot more spoons, as they say now, to take on all the things that you have going and would like to continue doing in your life. But taking that time out is imperative. Imperative, they're saying. So these are your messages, Group 2. Thank you so much for spending this time with me and connecting. Thank you to your lost loved ones, to your spirit team, to your guides. Thank you to mine. I'm truly grateful to have been able to bring you these messages and connect with you in this way. If this reading resonated with you, please like, share, or subscribe. Leave a comment down below. These are totally free ways for you to help me and the algorithm so I can keep doing what I'm most passionate about, which is bringing you messages from Spirit. So this was a beautiful reading. Please take care of yourself, Group 2. I especially mean that for you. Do something that really lights you up and is just for you. Not for anyone else, just for you. And I just hope you take incredible care of yourself. And I'm really looking forward to hearing about all the amazing things that you are tackling right now. You are a badass, Group 2. We just got to work on you taking care of you. So those are your messages. Thank you so much. I can't wait to connect with you again soon. Bye. Hi, Group 3. How are you? Welcome to your reading. This is for those of you that picked the Dachira card. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Dachira number 52 and the little crescent moon celestite, I think. So I've already pulled your cards, meditated, and I do want to mention while I was meditating on your reading, I kept getting the name or the word Johnson, so that might resonate for someone out there to help you know that this is your reading. I didn't get anything more than just that name. So let's go ahead and see. Also, this may be a lengthy reading because you got a ton of cards, way more cards than the other two groups. So it might be a bit of a longer reading, and I hope that's okay. We will see here. So you have Armadillo's Spirit, set healthy boundaries. Electric eel spirit, bring your ideas to life. And wolf spirit, turn knowledge into wisdom. We also have express your love. Impeccability of the word can be measured by your level of self-love. If you love yourself, you will express that love in your interaction with others, and that action will produce a like reaction. And then release the need to be right. When you believe something, you assume you are right, and you may even destroy relationships in order to defend your position. Let go of the need to defend your position. So before I get to your tarot cards, let's check in with what we have here so far. With the Datura card, this can sometimes speak to you needing to have a better sleeping, resting schedule, that you may not be getting enough sleep at night, and that could be affecting your day to day. The secondary message here, and I shouldn't say secondary, it's another message, it might be even more important than that, is to let you know that you are on the right path, and that something that you have been looking for or hoping for is around the corner for you, that it's almost within reach. You can't see it yet. There's kind of a fog there, but you're almost within reach of this goal you've been working towards. By leaps and bounds, 3/24/67. So it gets greater and greater each time. You've been working diligently towards this goal. There might be a need to step back, actually. To step back a bit and to really look at where you are, to see the forest through the trees. I wonder if you haven't given yourself the time to do that in a while. And that might help you to have a clearer sight as to how to move forward. It might make the path more fluid for you instead of so bumpy. I think stepping back to really see the full picture of what's going on is going to be really beneficial for getting you to your end goal, whatever that looks like for you, quicker. So let's go ahead and get these cards out here. And I'm not even sure how I'm going to get them all. So let me work on getting your cards out here, and I'll be right back. Okay, group 3. So you actually have so many cards, I can't even fit them all in the frame. So for your final cards, we will look at these after we digest this message. I feel as though your lost loved ones are first wanting to let you know that they see every single step that you are taking to make this situation, to improve this situation that you're involved in, to make it the best that it can be, to be like the star player in this. And when I say star player, I think it's just very important to you to be one of the people that helps guide this project or idea along. One of the main energies in moving this project forward. And I see you've put so much time and so much effort into this. You have really gone within and done the work to make sure you're on the right path and you're putting energy towards the right things, that you're bringing the right wisdom and knowledge that you have from the past into this situation while looking at all the options, okay? And there are many options, there are many paths that this project could go down, and I do feel as though there's a sense of you working so hard to keep it from falling over or not reaching its fullest potential or just falling apart altogether. But Spirit's wanting to remind you that this is a group effort. So you may be working with other people, that this is a group effort, and things are working out in order. They're growing the way that they're supposed to, and they can't grow any faster than that. You can't ask a person to grow faster than their body will allow them, for an example. So I see that you've put so much energy, so much of yourself into this, really working so hard to make this prosper and grow and be the best that it can be. And it's taken a while. I'm hearing this has not been a quick project. This is taking a lot of energy, a lot of time. I feel that there's kind of a delicate balance of something going on here to keep everything afloat and moving in the right direction, and that you are an enormous part of this reaching fruition and being really successful. I get this underlying feeling that you're worrying a lot. You're worrying a lot about the outcome of this situation, about how you are going to be perceived, how others will view you at the end of this. And there's also your higher self coming through a bit, saying, let's be mindful of our energy when this project is through, because there is an end date, and I believe it's coming much sooner than you would have anticipated. This cannot be rushed. It's working in its own time along with divine timing, but it's almost like you're coming around a corner and it's on the other side of it, but you can't see that right now because you're on the other side of a brick wall, if that makes sense. There are wheels moving in the background that you can't see. There are hands helping. Your lost loved ones and guides are also helping you on this path. There's a very heavy energy of the wolf spirit here for you. That you embody it, that you encompass this wolf spirit, this pack mentality of looking out for others, looking out for what you care about, really being loyal to the outcome of this and to the individuals involved in it. And I think for you, you're worrying that if this were to fail, how defeated you would feel, how lost in a storm you would feel. I feel as though it would be very difficult for you to come back from this, worrying if it were to fail. Your lost loved ones are letting you know that this is already set in motion. There's really nothing left at this point for you to do, that the work has been done, And now we have to leave it and let it play out. And you have to trust that it's going to play out in the way that it's always meant to. We have to make peace with that. You have literally worked so hard to bring your ideas to life. You have just, I mean, this is like a love letter to yourself, this whole project. It's a love letter to the universe. This is the biggest thing, the most important project I think you've worked on to date, the thing you've put the most of yourself into. And so it feels like the stakes are so much higher. There's so much more left to lose here. But Spirit really needs you to release that. They need you to release the need to be the best, to be perfect. They need you to release all these expectations that you have, not only for the project, but for yourself, because you're setting expectations that may not be able to be met, that you've kind of created in your mind. I think you've spent so much time working on this and put so much of yourself into it that you've kind of spent a lot of time imagining what the end result would be and how you would feel and how you might be viewed, what it could do for you and your career moving forward. And they just need you to take a step back, look at what you've done, have pride in what you have done so far, and know that you have done your very, very best. And that's the best that you can do. And now it's time to kind of wait and see what happens. I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised by the outcome, Group 3. I get the sense that there's no way that you could have put this much blood, sweat, and tears into this for it to not have a beautiful outcome. But it may not be the outcome you even have dreamed or perceived, and that might be part of it, to really relinquish the need to know, to be right, to have it figured out, to just let it be and see what happens, what comes of it. And once you can release that and let it be and let things play out the way they're supposed to, it's going to be like, bam, there it is. It's going to fall into your lap. The end will be there. You'll get that message. It will come in quickly. You'll have the answer, but it comes down to you releasing, stepping back, and letting it be. I read something a day or two ago that said the best way to clear muddy water is by leaving it alone. And I've never heard that before, and it seemed so impactful to me when I read that. So if you feel like you're drowning or overwhelmed or not sure where else you could possibly take this or how to get it to the finish line, they're telling you that the way to get it to the finish line is to let it go. Just let it be. So let's see what else we have here. Knight of Cups, Seven of Swords, Judgment, Knight of Pentacles, Justice, and Princess of Wands. Wow. I feel as though this, whatever this is that's going on in your life, Group 3, has been a real turning point in your journey, your life journey. I feel like you've learned so much about yourself and this passion project. I feel like you've met people in the process of this that are very dear to your heart, that will be important, dear parts of your life throughout your lifetime, I'm hearing. I also hear that this project will help people. It's designed to help people somehow. And to have faith that because your motives and your intentions are to help others, to help raise the vibration of the collective, that Spirit is working with you to make this a reality, to help this have a favorable outcome. And I do believe that this is coming in a lot quicker than you think. I know it's been, we have Knight of Pentacles here twice. I know it has been a very long, arduous road, and it's taken so much time and energy, but you're almost to the finish line. You're almost there. You just can't see it yet. And I know that you've put so much of yourself into this that the idea of relinquishing it probably sounds bonkers, but that's literally what they're asking you to do. Release this to Spirit. Release this to Spirit and trust that it's working out the way it's supposed to. So we have 2 final cards here for you. The first one is options. Yes. And I'm hearing from this, you're going to have a lot of options at the end of this project. You're going to have a lot of different, life is a buffet is what I just read on there. And you're going to have a lot of different options that are all going to look different and unique and exciting to you. And not to worry about the fact that of making the right or wrong decision, because you're past that. Now it's about where can you do the most good for yourself and others, and what lights you up the most, and then pick that. You are going to have a buffet of options in front of you. And that is really cool. And you've done the work to deserve this. Spirit is literally putting their hand out to help guide you, to give you a boost up, a helping hand, because you deserve it. And then finally, sanctuary. And I was really feeling this, I have to say, I have to switch these two, because I was really feeling this with the armadillo spirit, which says set healthy boundaries. And I think a little missing piece of all this for you, group 3, and there was a similar message in group 2. So if you felt called to that, you may want to watch that. There might be something in there for you also. But a need to unplug, to take time out for yourself, to recharge, take care of yourself, fill your cup back up. Because you've put, this card literally says, it seems you've earned some time away from the chaos of life. It could be as small as a bubble bath or as big as a trip. And maybe before you choose any of these new options moving forward, you need to take a little trip, take some time off, unplug, so you aren't going immediately from one huge project into another. So you've got that buffer room to connect with yourself, connect with Spirit and your higher self, and really make the best decision for you, and also just to recharge your batteries after all this. You need to have a sanctuary inside yourself and also take time for yourself to recharge. That's very important. but you're going to have many options coming your way. This seems like the outcome of what you're wanting to know is very, very near, and it seems very positive, I have to say. You have done a lot of work. You have put so much of yourself into this, and you've done it with grace and with patience. You've watched this grow and bloom into what it is today, and I think you're going to be in awe when you see the final result. I would love to know what you're working on. Are there any other messages for Group 3 Spirit? These are your messages, Group 3. Thank you so much for spending this time with me and connecting in this way. Thank you to your lost loved ones, your guides in spirit. Thank you to my spirit guides. I just am very, very grateful to have exchanged energy with you in this way. If you're interested in booking a personal reading with me, you can find that in the description box below, or you can go to theseaowl.com. If this reading resonated, please like, share, or subscribe. They're totally free ways for you to help me and the algorithm on this channel so I can keep doing what I am most passionate about, which is bringing you messages from Spirit. So good luck, exciting new journey for you. I can't wait to hear about how all this turns out. And more than anything, I hope you take excellent care of yourself, Group 3. Thank you for spending this time with me, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye.